Hello everybody, and thank you so much for joining my channel. I am super excited about today's video because I've been waiting for this thing. So I'm not sure how long I'm going to make this video. I don't know if I'm going to keep it just focused on beauty, but let's get right into it. So the very first thing I want to talk about is this fragrance that came out recently from Commodity Fragrances, and it's a collaboration with a fragrance influencer named Perfumerism. She is I want to say a perfume student or I don't know what her profession is, but she also is a content creator, and she has always been obsessed with like milky like fragrances, has become the foremost authority on milk fragrances. So they collaborated to make a fragrance called Perfumerism by Commodity, which is it's a flanker of their milk fragrance. It's a Milk Orchid. And I don't know if I like orchid or not, but the way people have been talking about this, and I had no other way to get my nose on this besides buy it, I decided to go ahead and do a blind buy. I know I love milk, but the orchid part of it, I'm not sure. But I know milk sometimes can sort of lean masculine. So I said maybe the orchid is what it needs to just bring it over the top to make it perfect. So we're going to do this together. I haven't opened. This is the packaging that it comes in. And from what I understand, it like comes with a big bottle and a travel size kind of a deal. But let's see how this works. All right. This is the packaging. Is part of their additions. Sometimes these go into the archives when they do things like this, and it may or may not come back or be available. So when it's gone, or sometimes they'll reissue it. So it's the Milk Orchid is the smell. So let's open this together. I am excited. This reminds me of the Glossier packaging, very minimal. This is what it looks like when we open it. It has the very big bottle that we can spray from, and it also has this tube here with a travel size container. I don't know if this has, if the travel bit has fragrance in it. That would be great if it does, because then I don't have to use the big bottle just yet. And is this refillable? I think this is empty. It's empty. So I can fill this with this. So 100 ml is a large bottle to get for something that you're buying blind. I recognize that. And I've done this before, and I've made mistakes before. So we'll have to see. I'm not sure what any of this is. I don't know what this is. I know this is the spray bit. Oh, maybe this, I have no idea what this is. And there are no, oh, I have to do the QR code to figure out what's what. Yes, I have to do the QR code to figure this out.
Hi, I'm Emma of Perfumerism, and this is my first ever collaboration with Commodity. It's called Milk Orchid. Let's take a look. Inside, we have a custom version of the pulp packaging, which is unique to the Editions collection. There was plenty of back and forth in the process, from the scent itself to the design of the bottles. I'm super excited that we actually got Commodity to add color. So there's this beautiful color on the label here. Now each set comes with a fillable 10 ml travel spray, which is my favorite size to put in my bag and take on the go. So we're gonna start by unscrewing the top on the 100 ml, and then you attach the funnel and make sure to screw it on tight. Then unscrew the travel spray, and then one tip that I have to fill it up is to actually take the travel spray and put it on top first, and then gently flip it over, and then fill it for a few seconds until you're satisfied with the amount, and then go ahead and screw on the atomizers, and you're ready to go. Go enjoy Milk Orchid.
But I know for now, I know I can definitely put the spray in. I don't know what that little bit is, but I know I can put this, I know what the spray part is. Let's see. Oh, that's nice. Already to the nose, it is nice. It is a more feminine version of the milk that the milk fragrance that we all know and love. So let me get the spray nozzle in. And I do have some tester strips here that I brought back here. We're going to smell this together. That's actually very nice. It actually is a bit sweeter than the normal milk. I think this will get a lot of compliments. It's very feminine. It leans a lot more feminine than the milk. So I will say that. What I'm not appreciative of is the fact that this does not have a cap. I like for my fragrances to have a cap, so I'm not happy about that at all. Yeah, I'm not happy about the fact that this doesn't have a cap. That is diabolical. And that's not a cap. It's just like for this part of the bottle. I'm not happy about that. To pay, well, I didn't pay full price. I did get this down in the sale for Black Friday. It took a while to get it. They got tons of orders coming in. This is a very hot item, plus the flood of, Black Friday. It took a long time for me to get it. But the original price on this was $155, and I think I got 30% off with the sale. In addition to that, because I'm a part of their whatever their rewards program is, they did give me a free 10 ml of their brand new launched ice. This is not in collaboration with anybody in particular. I forget who the nose is on this one, but let's do this one together. I was excited about this one. This one is a mango mint type of a fragrance. I forget the notes in here, but if I remember, I will put them on the screen. But otherwise, if you are not a part of their rewards program, they gave you a 2 ml for free. So this one is a bit of an upgrade for those who are members. So this is what I preach all the time. Always join the rewards programs that are available. It doesn't hurt. It really doesn't hurt. It doesn't cost you any more, any less. So here's the 10 ml. I do have another tester strip here, so we could try it together. But I don't know. Everyone says it's very refreshing and unlike anything they've smelled before. Already, I've just taken the cap off. I haven't even put it to my nose. I can smell it, and it smells delicious, you all. So let me see how this. It's actually really nice. I'm not a gourmand type of a person, but when they talked about the notes that were in here, I thought it would express itself a bit differently, and I was right. I've not smelled anything like this before. This is lovely. Let's see how this wears on the skin, but I may have to go and buy a full bottle of this. But it is definitely worth getting your nose on this because it is different. This one is developing very nicely as well. The Perfumerism milk or Milk Orchid. This one is developing nicely. So I'm gonna put this to the side. Let's see what I think about it in a little bit. But so far, I can't say that I'm upset with either. I'm not mad that I spent what I spent on this. I just don't like that it doesn't have a cap. Now, speaking of fragrances, I did in the last fragrance haul show you that I purchased Juice. And I have worn Juice and I have gotten tons of compliments. I like the way it smells. And like I said, I'm not typically a gourmand person, but this one is nice because it's grounded with some really nice notes that makes this highly unisex, even though berries and fruits and things like that are typically considered feminine. The way that they blended this, it makes it very unisex. But for this on me, it smells nice. It doesn't smell like I'm wearing a men's cologne of any sort. It just smells very nice. It expresses really well on my skin and it lasts all day. Even though this is the least potent of the 3 Juice fragrances that they have, this is the personal scent. This has longevity like no other. It lasts until the next day. So, and don't put it on your clothes because it's going to be on your clothes forever. Not saying don't. Like, I'm saying, like, if you put it on your clothes, it's even longer. It's probably, 2 days. So, I think this was worth the spend. I got a smaller bottle and that's all I needed. This is probably too much considering the size of my collection. That was too much, but they don't have a smaller bottle. This is great. I recommend this one. Now, the other hauls that I've done recently, I went to Yum and Layl and bought a bunch of their inspired by fragrances. And these have turned out well, too. I recently went to Las Vegas and I did decants of all of these to take it on the trip. And, well, not all of them. I did a decant of Matcha 26 and a decant of some of the other ones that I had from my previous haul. And I got compliments every day, every time I wore a fragrance, no matter what I wore, I got a compliment. What I want to do is this dupe of the French Defense from Mind Games has made me want to purchase the real deal, a full bottle of the real deal. Because I went into the store and got my nose on it, and I do feel like this is something that I would wear. So I do want to do the real deal here. The others are, I'm glad that I started with these. I will wear them, but I don't think that they're full bottle worthy necessarily. So I have La Primavera here from Argos. I have Portrait of a Lady, Frederick Mall. Musk Therapy from Initio, and Matcha 26 from Layl. I'm not sure that any of these, they're nice, but none of these are full bottle worthy. But Yam and Layl did an excellent job making these inspired by scents. They're spot on for the most part. They're spot on. Now the other brand that I got some inspired by fragrances from was Wicked Good, and they come in these beautiful like glass bottles. They're very, very nice, and I got a ton of like rose fragrances that were inspired by some luxury designer brands, and I did the rest of these. This is the satchel that I bring when I travel to bring all of my little decants of fragrances. And so in here you'll add the Matcha 26. I have Eladaria, and when I wore the inspired by Eladaria by Creed from Yam and Layl, a woman literally chased me down to figure out what I was wearing. So people asked me every day what I was wearing. They had the diptyques Eau de Rose, and they call it Rosary, and it was very nice. I did do the crystal rose one day, and someone said I smelled nice, and this is a dupe of MFK. It's not MFK's Parfums de Marly La Rose. To me, it doesn't smell quite like La Rose, but it's a nice fragrance in and of itself. Rose Cherry was supposed to be Guerlain's Rose Shelly, and it does not smell like Guerlain's Rose Shelly, but I don't know, and I'm not sure. I didn't put this on skin like to wear because I was really disappointed that it didn't smell like the real deal. I will have to wear it on skin to see if it stands as a good fragrance on its own, so not recommending this one just yet. The other one was just plain rose. This one was not an inspired by fragrance. It's an original from Wicked Good. That is your flower of the month. And mine is rose for June, and this is what they came up with, and it smells like the entire rose, like a very literal rose, which I really like. And then the last one was dark rose, and I got a lot of compliments on this one. This one is inspired by Byredo's Rose Noir, and I got, again, compliments on this one. This one's really nice. So I would recommend Wicked Good is more of a try before you buy kind of a thing. Do the sample or discovery sets first. They have really good fragrances, and the prices are decent. So I would say go ahead and try them, but just know that it's hit or miss in terms of the inspired by fragrances. They may or may not smell like the real deal, but that's neither here nor there. If the fragrance smells good on its own, stands on its own, then of course, to me, it's worth the buy. Just keep that in mind as you're going through these fragrances. So that brings me to the end of the fragrance portion. I was going to do a whole video that included a little bit of fashion, but that's way too long, you all. I'm going to let you go on and get on about your day, and I'm going to get on about mine, and talk to you soon. Subscribe if you haven't already. Share with your friends. Bye.
Rocky, she's just a fashion girl from Chicago. Rocky, just a fashion girl.